Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Absolute pleasure to have you along. Love your comments. Keep them coming. I read all your comments. I heart them to show that I've seen them. Sometimes I'll make a little remark. Sometimes time gets the better of me, but yes, do understand that I read all your comments and absolutely love them. And I do love your questions as well. So if you've got anything you'd like me to look at, pop it in the comments section or email me at maighstirtarot@gmail.com. Um, don't necessarily read straight away. I'll note everything down in my notebook here, and like everything in life, when they come to the top of the list, then I'll have a look. Very quickly, I forgot to mention when I was doing the reading on Trump versus E. Jean, I had the figure of 160 million pop in my head when I was doing my thought process before that reading. So let's see how much the damages actually are. So that's the feeling I got. Have to understand, Eugene has not taken on this course of action for the money. It's to hold Trump accountable. However, she will quite happily take the shirt off his back and throw it on the bonfire if it goes that way. Okay, what I'm going to have a quick look at in this first reading is I'm actually going to have a look. Have been asked several times to have a look at homelessness, which is an issue worldwide. But what I'm really getting, I'm going to draw some energy cards on it using my Gilded Tarot Royale. But the feeling I'm really getting on when I was again sitting in the energies before doing this reading is that homelessness will never ever be fully resolved, and that is because people have personal choice. Some people don't want to be tied to an accommodation, but a lot of people who are finding themselves in a homeless situation do. They're looking for somewhere to live, and there's a great unseen massive homelessness of people that are couch surfing with friends or bunking in with relatives, etc. What I am getting while I'm looking at the energies of this is that yes, that particular part will be resolved. Now, why am I getting at least? It's going to take 10. I'm getting the figure 10. Well, I'm actually getting decade. So I'm going to say 10 years before it's fully resolved because it's not an easy solution. It's very multifaceted because there is a number of both affordability issues, but also mental health issues as well. Um, Now, I'm really, it absolutely angers me if we go back to the Reagan Thatcher era. Australia followed suit thereafter of basically dismantling the mental health system, along with the arts system and along with the unions and you name it. They absolutely destroyed the societal community that was functioning. So dismantling the mental health system, basically throwing people out and to fend for themselves. So I do see that there will be a reintroduction of multi-leveled mental health support, slowly getting there, but it is going to take a decade, and it is going to take a real change in attitude is what I'm getting. Um, a change in attitude in that not I'm going to say not all people are the same, in that treating people well, not even treating, just expecting people to step up to average. We've got to remember that half are above average, half are below average, and that is what an average is. So basically, giving people money and expecting them to be able to step up is not working. Now, I'm trying really hard not to be offensive to anybody, but what I'm really getting is there are so many different layers that need to be acknowledged prior to this change coming forward. Now, I have read on San Francisco in regards to the homelessness, and I do see quite a number of the commercial buildings being repurposed. This is about not temporary housing. This is not about refuges. This is not about um, boarding houses. This is about people having their own space that they can call their own, that they can afford to pay for, that meets their needs. Seeing a lot of, if I say hotel-like rooms, but I don't mean sort of the motor inn on the motorway type hotel. I'm seeing more where there's a kitchenette, a bedroom area, a lounge area, and their own bathroom. So it's not about, 3-bedroom houses on a quarter-acre block or anything. This is about purposeful. Yeah, bringing justice and balance and fairness to these people, and actions having consequences for them. I'm just having a look to see what else is flipped over. Yeah, there's going to be perhaps some, well, it's bringing forth the truth and an honesty with a feminine compassion, and it is going to take money. There's no denying about it, but it is going to be a legacy going forward. So it's really about um, supplying these people, supplying everybody with housing that they can afford, that where they feel safe and secure, and where they have dignity is what I'm really getting. What am I seeing here? I'm seeing actually if you can hear that, that's my dog sniffing at the door to check out where his mum is. Um, I'm seeing almost like if it's pantry downstairs. It's a room where the people that are in these buildings can pick up basic provisions for themselves. So, and when I say basic provisions, it's not sugary food, it's not chips and junk food, it's shampoo, toiletry products, fresh fruit and veggie, and pantry staples such as dried pasta and rice, etc. So, if they're wanting to go out and so that they can get the staples for themselves to live healthy. Okay, this is really interesting. Okay, let's have a look at the energy of homelessness. Homelessness. I'm seeing it in Australia as well, but different. So what I'm getting a pull towards the US homelessness. Australia homelessness is just, it's shocking as well. Um, the biggest increase in homelessness in Australia are women over the age of 50, single women over the age of 50 who've spent their lives bringing up the kids, find themselves without a partner, no backup, on a pension, and basically out in the cold. But let's see where this goes. But I'm really the Netherlands model, look that up if you need to. The UK is now looking at the Netherlands model for themselves, but I'm really getting a pull to talking about US homelessness because it's on a whole different level there. So show me the energy of US homelessness, the energies of US homelessness. Purpose is a huge factor. Um, Community gardens. See a couple of them in these buildings working in that pantry as if it's a store. Like you do actually take them to the checkout. You don't have to pay, but you've got to take the foods to the checkout so that they know what is still there. Or okay, what am I getting? It's a pay what you can afford is what I'm getting there. but also so that they can keep a register of the foods that have been taken. But I see it's almost like a little supermarket type thing. What am I also getting? Just seeing a community garden in a vacant block. Okay, let's have a look. Come on down. I'm 10 minutes in and I've been waffling. See where we go. Okay, the Two of Swords. It is really, in regards to US homelessness, it is time to take the blindfold off, look at the truth with the brutal honesty, and make a decision about which way forward. It is decision time. Yeah, juggling the money. Um, it's a tightrope with the money juggle. What they've worked out in the UK is for each homeless person that is housed, it saves them something like 15,000 euros a year um, in all the other aspects of homelessness, the hospital care, the policing, the whatever else. But it is a money juggle. It's about having to really change attitude in the US, which will start at the community level and work up. Very, very rarely from government down, it's community up. Um, but yeah, it is a crossroads point as well in regards to the money. Okay, what am I getting? Okay. I mean, this is a country where they can't get their head around universal health care either. Why should I pay 1% tax to help Joe Blow down the street, not realising that Joe Blow down the street is also paying 1% tax to help you as well. And the fact of getting these people into permanent housing will lead to them actually being productive members of society. But what I'm really getting here is that a decision will be made about a particular source of income for the government, for a government, to then be able to put towards this project. What's this source? I know this is going to be a long reading because I'm getting a lot of information here. But it's about finding a source of money that they specifically allocate to homelessness. So at the moment, it's a need to take the blindfold off and really look at this honestly, with clarity and truth and wisdom and knowledge. It's always going to be about, well, where do we find the money? Okay, the energies behind the scenes. Yeah, heartbreak, loss, despair, barrenness, anxiety. This is what homelessness is, the Three of Swords energy. However, we do have this Knight of Cups here, an offer being brought forward, a solution being proposed. It's not solidly in yet, and it's to a degree it is an emotive solution, but a solution being proposed. Okay, Eight of Swords. There is, when you're in this situation, basically when you're living out of your U-Haul trailer, trying to find somewhere to go to the toilet and have a shower and hold down a job at the same time, there are just these restrictions on people that they just can't break free from. So it is about understanding the restriction that this lack of somewhere to do your washing and to hang your clothes up leads to this just awful restriction where to some it is easier to go to jail. 3 meals a day, bed that belongs to you, somewhere to keep your stuff in your cell is preferable. But yeah, this swords through the heart energy is very restricting on people. It's easy to say pull yourself up by your bootstraps, but when you don't have anywhere to put your boots, you can't do this. So anyhow, we've got the offer coming forward here. What's out of the offer? Yep, an ending of the way things are currently done, a significant ending to bring about a new start, which is an authentic reform. Now, I bet those words don't even feel to me powerful enough. This is about a complete new way of looking at this issue, at this situation. Okay, the karma hanging over it. The hanged man, looking from a completely different point of view, but also shaking the money out, because the solution is to find a cost-effective way of doing this. Who's going to pay for it? How are they going to pay for it? What's the most cost-effective way of doing it? And I'm just seeing, is not putting it in the hands of private enterprise, because that'll just be charging twice as much as what it actually costs to do so. This is getting back to I know some sort of say small government, but this is getting back to a government agency taking control of it, working out how, what, where, and when. The moon. So two major arcana, in fact, three major arcana in a row, which tells me this is a real powerful reform. It is time with that moon card. It is time to expose it to the light of the moon and see it for what it is. Four major arcana in a row. This is about bringing forth of the feminine, compassionate strengths. There is strength in this project going forward. The Nine of Wands, setting up new boundaries with the Nine of Wands there. New ways of doing things, new plan that they can surrender to. The King of Pentacles, financial mentors, bringing forth a safe place. Pentacles not only are about money, but they're about stability and security. They're about healing. They're about nurturing. So this is about bringing forth safety, security, stability, which will bring healing. And I love it. The Star of Hope and Healing is the final card. The Star of Hope and Healing. We've got the feminine energy bringing forward a new plan with the Queen of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, working hard behind the scenes to bring this to the fore. There's only one person here, but they're working hard at the forge. And yeah, judgment, a collective awakening, a call to arms, and literally a inevitability that this is required. I do get that there's going to be some pushback, some infighting, but the voters are going to, the voters are going to speak up and say, this is not working. We need to destroy the ivory tower and rebuild this again. So this is up, and then we've got the World card. So it's almost like Netherlands has taken up the baton. UK is looking at it. The US, when they finally step forward and bring about this authentic reform and redoing, and on the world stage, it will take effect. And this is about unity, coming together, and the world will follow. Something completely unexpected coming out of left field that will bring about a new beginning, a new plan where possibilities can be created. with the Magician. So it is positive future, is what I'm getting there with the energies. But it's going to take a real change in the way of thinking in the US. So it's a grassroots upwards. What am I getting? I am getting, actually, this is really interesting. I'm seeing this is about not paying CEOs $1.2 billion a year or something like this. I see there's a CEO of this who takes I'm seeing an income of less than $1 million. It's actually like what they've done is they've gone to, it's someone who's gone to philanthropists, I'm sure I've pronounced that wrong, and said, I have this vision. I have this plan, but I need financial backing. I will take no more than, I see a figure, it's actually less than 200,000 as their income. And working with the money that they get to build convert the first premises is what I'm getting. This is quite fascinating. So show me, guys, where's this going to happen? Where's this going to happen? It's going to happen on the West Coast. So it's going to be California. But they're not taking it, it's not profit at cost, if that makes sense. So the CEO, so they've gotten together with like-minded people, and the CEO has said, look, for me to do this, this is all I need to be able to, I don't need the house up in, the 10-bedroom manor for myself and my partner up in the hills. I just need a decent apartment that has an office, that has for them and their partner, so their partner's on board. I actually see there's two blokes. Okay, a husband and husband, two blokes. And one's going to be the CEO and one's going to be the financial. And then they have a team below them. They hold their meetings in the lounge room of this apartment. I mean, it's not a small apartment. It's it's a nice 3-bedroom apartment, but it's not. And it's a bloke and a bloke. Okay, this is great. And they're going to start with a small building. It'll be east coast of the US. And I do feel that it's going to be San Francisco, so I can see the hills. So they're going to talk to a couple of philanthropists okay, they've got the council on board, the local authority. They're getting a grant from the state. It's almost like there's a state grant that comes through as well. Some sort of state support. It's almost like going, okay. And they're going to build a prototype example of what is possible here. Convert. I'm going to convert. They're not going to build it. It's a building that already exists. It's like an abandoned office building or something next to a vacant lot. And the vacant lot is going to have a garden, like raised garden beds and stuff in it. Okay. So I feel like I'm doing a personal reading here. These images I'm getting, the energies I'm feeling. So how's okay, thank you. So the local municipal, whatever you call it, we call it local council, the local authorities are going to donate the vacant lot next door is what they're going to do. Okay, and the state government, they financially come on board. What are they doing? What is the California state government doing? Okay, so what they're doing is, so what's popped out is the choices. Now, this is often my poor choices card, the Seven of Cups, but this is about a lot of choices that will be on the table to bring this to fruition. But we've got in the middle, when there's surrounded by all this greed and quest for power and vanity and all the rest of it, in the middle we have the rose unfolding. So I'm seeing this, that the attention will be on the where there is just all this greed and corruption swirling around about, and those that are wanting to do similar, not similar, those that are wanting to just be in it for themselves, there is this rose in the middle that is unfolding. So, yeah, I think throughout as well, the new plan, someone coming forward with a new plan that they can get passionate about. It's a powerful new plan that is going to bring significant healing and hope to those. And I've got the circles of support here. I see the three levels: the government, the financial backers, and those doing the work. The three levels of support. So the state government, I'm really feeling the state government are more going to not get in the way, but I'm getting, and look, fell out again while I'm shuffling. This is really big. This is going to be huge. And I'm getting that the state government are going to, what are they doing? I'm seeing that they will somehow back the mental health side of it. So I don't know that the state government's going to, I don't know that the local or the state government are going to put any money in, but they're going to ease the path of doing this, and they're going to support on a services level, if that makes sense. Got a local hospital with a mental health facility attached that is like it's a door around the side, so it's like an outreach centre. Okay, right. Show me the path forward. Show me the path forward. Show me the path forward in regards to, I know it sounds so small, but it is just the first. Show me the path forward for homelessness, starting with this one project. Show me the start forward, starting with this one project. What do we need to know? I'm getting that it's going to be somebody who, these entrepreneurs are going to be, they're not old, they're just, if I say they're in their 30s, I mean, gosh, I'm 50, just about to be 56. Anyone under 50 is young to me. But they feel like they're in their 30s, possibly late 30s, who have done well in the IT department, whether it's doing apps or something. I don't know that it's apps, but it's along those lines. And that's where they've made their money, but they don't forget that they themselves were homeless at one stage. Okay, going forward. The Seven of Pentacles. It's there to be harvested. The basket is empty. that the ladder is propped up against the tree and the harvest is abundant. The money, there is money there to be harvested for this, is what I'm getting. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. And here we have the emotion. It is my Biden administration card. It's my DOJ card. But in this particular reading, it is a powerful king coming forward. Kings are externally doing with the King of Cups. Queens are internally doing. He's bringing forth an emotional maturity, an ability to negotiate, a caring, just a calmness, foundation, star of hope and healing. These are great cards in the past, coming together to bring about a new chapter, stepping through into this new chapter where there is unity and acceptance of diversity. These are big cards, and here we've got seeing the world from a different point of view with the Hanged Man, and I've got the money literally been shaken out. Whoever these two dudes are, they are really good at bringing others on board and convincing others of a different way of seeing the world and getting them to release their money. It is time. It's time to shine the light onto it. It's time to bring it to the surface. It is time. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana surrounding this harvest, this emotional maturity and negotiation. Externally, anxiety, mental health issues, depression, sleeplessness. This really sums up homelessness externally. Internally, in this sea of what's in it for me, corruption, there is this blossoming rose, this unfurling rose internally. The sword of truth, the sword of clarity, the sword of peace, the sword of honesty, just new start, bringing forward all this energy, the outcome. I feel like crying. Oh dear. I'll try not to in the video, but powerful new start energy, new plans, new passion, new way of looking at things, bringing forth this truth with this dove of peace. Oh my goodness. And then we have the working behind the scenes to bring this to being. No matter how much I shuffled, there's still this pushback and infighting. But we have this insignificant ending, authentic reform coming to bring forth this new chapter, an ending of this infighting, this I'm not going to pay for it, I'm not going to pay for it. How many of those that are saying I'm not going to pay for it are one paycheck away from homelessness? This is about real, authentic reform. Holy crumbs. And we've got on the foundation this Eight of Swords, this feeling of futility and being trapped and unable to break free is going to be torn down. The ivory tower is going to be torn down and rebuilt again. We have then actions having consequences and bringing balance and justice. There's going to be a lot of headlines, positive headlines come out in regards to this, to show what can be done. And it's not going to be expensively crippling at all. This is showing what can be done that is going to bring forth an emotional new beginning as well. We've got 3 of the 4 aces to start with, and we have a significant birth of something new that's going to bring abundance in the face of the abuse of power. This Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles is coming forward. Slow, steady progress forward. In the face of this abuse of power, which is going to say it can't be done and feed on this what's in it for me energy, is going to face this Knight of Pentacles. So I keep going. We've got Two of Pentacles, a decision time, Two of Wands, a crossroads moment where you can take the light forward, Two of Cups, working together but also decision time, Two of Swords, all of the twos in a row. We are at this crossroads moment where we have to take the blindfold off and look, where we have to choose whether we work together or not, where we have to choose what path forward we want to take, where we have to choose about where the monies come from and where they go. Huge, huge energy. And if I keep going, we've got the Hermit shining the light on the snake that is in the path, walking away from what does not work towards a new beginning, new beginning. Still have a swag of cards left, but we've got all the twos and we've got all the aces. New beginning. I could keep going. The rise of the feminine, giving and receiving help with these scales of actions having consequences. An offer being made. Now, I know the Four of Cups can be disappointment in the offer, but this is the offer of something new, and it is time with the Wheel of Fortune. These are fantastic cards going forward. Now, I'm seeing a decade before there is real shift. When am I getting this first project? When am I getting this first project? I've got the number 2. So I'm seeing within 2 years. 2 years? Okay, thank you. Okay, after the election, okay. This is going to sound really weird, but I've just been told. It's not going to sound weird, it's going to make sense to you. Been told after the federal election, where the GOP is going to be, in most states, a lot of states, decimated, and there is stability of government, is what I'm getting. I think that's also when I'm just getting stability of government. Okay. Where those that are bringing this forward can see that it can be done without certain elements of the existing current government stepping in and destroying it. So they can see that they have a window to bring this to fruition in a positive, stable government atmosphere. Okay, that's me yapping for 40 minutes. More than enough time. Thank you for joining me. Love to you all. Take care.